Hi everybody, I'm Michelle from Virtual Hand Care, and in this video, follow along with me as we go into 5 exercises to help loosen up your fingers, your hand, your thumb. And we're not going to be doing any gripping though with this ball. I'm going to show you exercises that you can do to loosen up your hand that don't include gripping of the ball. Let's get started. The first exercise we're going to do is just going to be a little warm up to our right hand first. And what we're going to do is just do what's called a simple rotation. And that's where we're just rotating the ball in our hand, just trying to warm up those fingers and that thumb. We're going to do a couple in one direction. And then we're going to do a couple in the other direction where we're just rotating that ball again in just a simple direction. And as you can see, it loosens up all the fingers and the thumb. All right, we're going to go ahead and do it on the other hand. Ready? Go ahead and rotate. Do that in-hand manipulation in just a simple rotation using the fingers, using the thumb. Then we want to rotate in the other direction. Good. Now let's go ahead and go to the other hand, to the right hand. Now what we're going to do is we're going to warm up a little more. We're going to go into more complex type of rotations. What that means is we're going to be moving that ball all around in our hand. So in all different types of directions. So the last one we did more simple, where it was just a simple rotation, but now we're going to be manipulating those fingers, moving that ball around in a bunch of different directions. You can even rotate in the forearm, do a little palm up and rotate that ball all around, making sure all the fingers are moving, and then rotate palm down, move that ball all around. Let's do a couple of those. Palm up, rotate that ball all around, bunch of different directions, rotate palm down, move that ball around. Try not to drop it. Good, let's go ahead and do the other hand. Ready? Complex rotations, rotating all around. Your non-dominant hand might be a little bit difficult to do. All right, rotate palm up. Just move that ball all around, making sure all the fingers are getting in contact with that ball and the thumb. Palm down. Try not to drop it. Palm up. And palm down. Good, and relax that. Now we're going to go into the next exercise where now we're going to do a little bit of ball toss to both hands. So what we want to do is just do a little bit of gentle ball toss. You can go kind of slow with this, especially if you're working on a little hand mobility. But as you get a little more comfortable, go ahead and get those hands a little bit farther apart. And then start going a little bit faster as you warm up. Let's do a couple of these with our eyes open. Now, try to do it watching me. Try not to watch the ball and see if you can not drop the ball. This is a really good proprioception exercise for your hand because you need to know where those hands are so you can catch the ball and not drop it. Go a little faster, maybe even a little bit harder if you can. Now what I want you to do is close your eyes. Let's do a couple repetitions that way. Now that really can test those fingers and your proprioceptive abilities. Good, and relax. Good job. Okay, now let's go into that fourth exercise. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and grab that ball, get all the fingers nice and curled around that ball. Then what we're gonna do is we're actually going to lift your index finger up into a hook. So the finger's gonna come up and it's going to bend at the PIP and DIP joint. and actually just kind of move it out to the side just a little bit. And as you can see, this muscle right here on me plumps up and contracts. That's your first dorsal interossei muscle. And when that muscle is strong, it is very helpful for gripping activities, opening jars, doors, all kinds of stuff. So we want to make sure we do work on strengthening that muscle. And go ahead and lower back down. Let's do a couple of those. Ready? Lift up, come out to the side, and back down. Lift up, out to the side, get a contraction, and back down. Back up, out to the side, back up, out to the side. Good, now let's go ahead and do that on the other hand. Ready? Grab that ball. Your hand is in a nice kind of C position on that ball. Ready? Do that hook, so lift that index finger up where the PIP and DIP is bending, and then move it just a little bit out to the side. And again, to see that nice contraction of that first dorsal interossei muscle, hold that just a few seconds and then relax. Let's do a couple more of those. And again. Good job. You can do about 5 to 10 of those if those feel good to you. Okay, now this last exercise we're going to do is for the thumb. So again, you're going to go ahead and make sure you got a good hold of that ball. And we're going to actually work more on the tips of the fingers. So you want to make sure the tip of the fingers are kind of pressing into that ball. We're not really gripping, we're just making sure the ball's not going to fall out of our hand. So the tips of the fingers are kind of pressing into the ball, but what we want to do is we want to start with that thumb kind of more to the side of the ball. And we're going to slide that thumb out across that ball, if you can do that. And what you can see is this nice contraction of then this side of our thumb. These are our thumb muscles, very strong thumb muscles. We want to work on strengthening those as well. Hold that a couple of seconds and then slide the thumb back over towards the index finger. And again, your fingertips are making sure that ball's not going to drop. Let's do a couple more of those. Slide that thumb, get a good contraction of those thumb muscles, and then back, and again, and again, and again. Good, let's go ahead and do that on the other hand, making sure those fingertips are in, really kind of gripping onto that ball. Start with your thumb by the side of your index finger. Now again, we want to slide that thumb to where we get a good plump, a good contraction of these thumb muscles right here. Sliding it, as far as you can go. Don't feel like you have to go all the way around that ball. It really just kind of depends on, how much mobility that you have in your thumb. Hold a few seconds and then back in. Slide, get a good contraction, and back in. Slide, and back. And slide, and back. And slide, and back. Good, and relax. There you have it. That was 5 exercises that you can do with a ball, and it didn't require us just sitting here gripping the ball. Those exercises worked on a variety of grip strengthening, thumb strengthening, proprioceptive, and also just kind of lightly warming up and getting the flexibility moving in your fingers. So grab yourself a ball and try to do this exercise, once a day, maybe twice a day, depending on where you're at with your flexibility and the strength in your hand. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and share this video with friends and family members that could use a little bit of work on their fingers and their thumb. Thanks for watching.